mate. Very.
Microphone on this one.
Thank you. Free Julian Assange extradition hearing, 24th of February, 12 p.m. Freedom of the press. Stand up for true journalism.
Yes, this barrier, I'm glad to say, has been reinstated for my benefit. I feel privileged to be able to stand behind it and breach this barrier. I noticed the police were in attendance and they've ignored my presence behind the barrier, so all is good.
That will help you to understand who Julian Assange is. And we need a lot of support. He's also a citizen currently locked up at Belfast prison in the UK. Yeah, so we want you to support us.
Yeah, how is there like a petition?
Yeah, 250,000 people. We need more.
Yeah.
And his extradition hearing is on 24th of February.
Oh, so 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank Yeah. Thank you.
Well, we've got a nice day here at Brown. Best day we've had, I think.
Yeah.
No wind.
True.
No rain.
Yeah.
Sunshine. Bounce off the buildings to light our signs up.
Yeah.
Pilger said last night, the higher it goes in the court system, the greater the chances of it being heard by members of the judiciary who believe in the rule of law, not politicisation
Well,
of
they're
law.
bound by the law.
Yes,
Their job.
that's right. And that's what gets them to the high echelons in the legal system, is that belief in law.
Yeah.
Because they're
But-
holding on to their power.
Absolutely. Well, they become accomplices in the criminal activities that are taking place with regards to his treatment. And I've heard he's back in solitary too.
Yes, apparently Phillip Adams tweeted that.
Yeah, that he'd spoken to somebody that had spoken to Julian, and Julian was saying he's back in
So
solitary.
it's all very,
I know
most
that.
people think he's out.
Well, we all did. We all did, but he's not.
Well,
But he had a little, he had a bit of respite, so hopefully that's helping, keep his sanity.
they know how to use the media.
Yeah.
What I think is really called for at this stage, and that is a little booklet, mainly with the article that was recently published by Nils Melzer.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, because and the idea for saying that is that it be distributed in all the fringe left-wing groups around Sydney and Melbourne, say, for instance. And that the article that Melzer authored pulls apart forensically, bit by bit, the rape allegations. It just makes an absolute, undeniable case for Assange not even coming anywhere near offending in those.
There was never a charge laid. There was never, it was a total perfect. I think the Swedish authorities have admitted that.
Yeah.
Officially dropped it and acknowledged that there was nothing to it ever.
And Melzer, the UN rapporteur on torture, he's obviously had legal training. He writes that article with, it just shines right through legal training.
Professor of international law
Yeah.
at Glasgow University.
Yes. Now, if you distribute it to those groups, then the people that in those groups, a lot of them, I've talked to them over the weeks about this, and I detect elements of doubt about his not being guilty of these sexual charges. Now, if you give that article to these people to read, a certain percentage of them are going to read that article carefully, bit by bit. They'll take an hour, like I did, to read it and really understand what Nelson's trying to say. And gradually, everyone in those groups will come across, and they'll end up at these types of rallies and vigils, and then they will bring more and more of the public, the general public in.
German political establishment have become quite helpful.
I did it.
It's a complete full circle, isn't it? Every prediction is taking place as we speak.
Yeah.
There was an article on The Guardian yesterday about kids, 12 years old, Aboriginal kids, being monitored and surveilled. It's extraordinary. It's beyond any predictions. 12 years old. The real sociopath and psychopath, they're the one who are giving these instructions. And an innocent of 12 years old is monitored. I used to not have to describe who he is or what he's doing or his faith. Now I'm reduced to Julian Assange. Does it ring any bell? It's extraordinary. The new generation of kids, of teenagers and young men and women that have actually no clue who he is.
The media is so quiet on it.
And time has gone like the speed of light. It's already a decade. So history is slipping between our fingers.
Another whistleblower, David McBride, is currently going to court for exposing government war crimes in the Australian Defence Force. He needs all the support that he can get at the moment as well. He has you can donate to him on Facebook and through the GoFundMe page. He needs all the support that we can give him. It's not entirely known what the actual crimes are at the moment because it's all at court. But he's just trying to expose lies and all in the general public's interest, and also in the Defence Force as well. There's a lot of people have been killed, and there's a big problem with suicide as well. And I hope that they'd have a Royal Commission into all of that as well.
The primary purpose, I think, is to shape the public consciousness, to get people to realise that Julian Assange actually is a hero, and realise the importance of free speech, of the ability to, expose the illegal things, governments do, things like that. Because look at the president. If Julian Assange is able to get locked up and sentenced to jail, then that can happen to anyone. It's like he's one of the most famous journalists in the world, and if they can lock him up for exposing war crimes, what luck does anyone else have in doing that? So really, it's a pinnacle it's the precedent, I call it, for censorship, for free speech, for all these sorts of things. I hope you can make it to the protest it's on the Monday. It's the same day as the trial, so there's ones all over the world.
Cool. And also we're here every Friday from 5:30. I want to see you next week. Why laughing?
So tell me, aside from like the protest and all of that kind of stuff, how do you hope to address the issue forming with government? I mean, protest is a mechanism that you can use. Have you guys, are there any petitions or?
Yeah, there's a bunch of petitions going around. They actually tabled one in Parliament today. Yeah, Andrew Wilkie, I think it was 270,000 Australians.
That time of 2017.
Yeah, right.
Now.
270,000.
So if you can sign a petition online, that would be. Well, a couple of things you can do. One is you can come here every Friday from 5:30, which I'm expecting. The second, sign an online petition. Third, donate to WikiLeaks legal fund.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. No worries.
So all the details is there, and I follow every step. Just joking.
No. The petition will help inform me anyway. What the movement's all about and whether or not I I would align myself to it. So I just want to be informed.
Well, we're here because we want to inform the public.
Yeah.
There are a lot of confusing from the general public because our media hasn't really done much. They do nothing.
The media launched a character assassination campaign.
Yeah, so that's why we're here.
Yeah, people forget quite easily.
Yeah. So,
And you got the likes of those journalists in Canberra getting raided by the AP.
Yeah, that was
You know,
last
so
year.
it's an assault on freedom of press.
There actually is an Australian Army lawyer. It was actually this morning he faced the Supreme Court. You know David McBride?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
He actually faced. I'm not sure what the outcome was. I haven't checked it out yet.
Not yet. He's still in the process of the court case.
Oh yeah.
And he hasn't had enough money to pay his lawyers.
So what was he accused of?
I think he leaked reports of.
Yeah, he was a soldier. He involved and he leaked something.
Yeah.
I think he was a lawyer, and it was war crimes by the SAS.
Yeah.
I think that
Oh,
was.
okay, I'm with you now.
So
I'll have to check it out again.
Right.
Yes, I will. Do you have a Facebook event? Yeah. Should be all of us.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's terrible what they've done to him. And yeah, I'm not surprised that this happens because I know what sort of people they are. But yeah, I think it's just terrible what's going on. He's handled it really well. I first started looking at it in 2013. About that sort of 2012, 2013, and when some of those revelations were coming out. Yeah, I've been following it ever since, so it's just gone downhill from there. So, and I think it's going to affect all of us at some point, indirectly at the moment, but it's going to ramp up as the system starts to implode more. So we're in the beginning stages of that now.
Yeah. Extradition hearing, 24th of February.
Stop the war! Stop the war, criminals!
Free the truth. Stand up against government corruption. War crimes.
How do we get him back?
We're doing what we're doing. We're here every Friday standing up for him. There's an online petition. It just got tabled in the Senate and the upper house in Parliament. Over 270,000 signatures, nearly 300,000. We're just, that's a lot.
Do you have any protests or anything else?
Yeah, we got one. It's on the day of his trial, so it's the trial's 2 weeks away. So it's yeah. So if you make that, that'll be
Thank you. I know. I read the statement. Thank you very much.
My dog's called Julian.
Your dog is called Julian.
We just.
Do you like Julian Assange?
I do. He's a legend.
Okay.
Yeah. Viva la revolution. Down with the fascist bully boys. Those boys in blue. You know, the Bacon Brigade. ACAB. All cops are bastards.
Is this a Russian hat?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it should be red if it were a Russian hat.
But it looks very kind of...
Marxist.
Yeah, something.
Oh, I should have worn my hammer and sickle t-shirt. I got one of those at home. Oh, one with Ho Chi Minh's face on it. That's pretty good. All right. What have we got here?
Oh yeah. So you know about you know how he's facing extradition?
Yeah. I'm a member of the Socialist Equality Party. Yeah.
It's like how do you wake up the masses of consciousness? You know, like the raise the collective consciousness to realize the danger of basically surrendering.
Yeah, like I mean, didn't he expose a video of like an Apache gunship shooting journalists?
Yeah, well that's the most famous, like, because with Chelsea Manning's Bradley Manning leaks, basically the most famous one is basically those Iraqi guys that just got gunned down by the Apache. I think it was an AC-130 or something. Yeah, honestly, it must, like, being in the military and seeing like the direction it's going. You're about to be.
They're encouraged to like take on this sort of warrior mentality of just like we're the best of everyone else, kill everything you see.
Yeah, it'd be so tough, man.
What's the Geneva Convention? What's that? You know what the SAS are? They're basically just government hitmen. That's all they are. They parachute into places and kill people.
Thank you very much.
Pretty cool, check it out. No, it's always crazy, like, I always love it when people, like, after they grab the flyer, they're just like reading it. Like,
Yeah.
I think a lot of it
That's great.
Yeah, right. Well, honestly, there was a character assassination campaign. Yeah. And like we've all, you know, dissidents in the state who, you know, the state dislikes. You know, they have the ability to basically shape the public opinion, you know, through the media, through basically online mechanisms.
It's amazing. I always watched this kids show, Black Seven, back in the early 80s. Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh, it was a famous sci-fi thing. It was like Thatcher's England, but it's sci-fi, and it starts off as like set this guy up. And it's all like mind control, the character assassination, fake recordings, go to jail.
Yeah, no way.
And it's just like come to fruition. Yeah, thanks for your good work here, though. Yeah, how are you finding people?
Yeah, good, man. It's awesome when, like, I met a guy from the army earlier. It's like fully switched on. It's like, yeah, it's awesome when you like meet people that are really like completely on. Same with like the cash stuff.
And this is like a test case. It's like, we crush this guy, no one's going to be able to do it since.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wrote. Yeah, he's the most famous journalist in the world. If he can't publish stuff, no one can.
Good.
All the best,
Thanks,
brother.
yeah.
Alright, so I'll be here Friday from 5:30. Come and join us.
I feel ashamed that we are not doing more.
Yeah.
The government should be doing more,
He's
much
Australian
more,
citizen.
but he doesn't. He's not doing anything. We must be so proud of him anyway, because
Yeah.
he's the only one who really told us what was going on.
Yeah.
Well, what is going on? Too many people is blind. We need to wake up.
Yeah. Thank you
All
very
the
much
best,
for your
and
lovely speech.
Maybe one day we are here with him and all of us
Oh, yeah.
enjoying that.
That's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Of course. We
Yeah.
must be positive.
Yeah, yeah.
All the best.
So see you. See you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
We need to free Julian Assange. It's very important. It has to be done now. It has to be done immediately. You can't hold political prisoners in the Western world. You can't torture them. You can't do any of that stuff. It's completely out of line with what the Western world is supposed to be.
Doesn't fit with our culture, does it?
No, not at all.